You're like the dude in Seven, remember in Seven?
Yeah.
Just like in the bed and
Honestly, I think of that all the time. I think of that all the time.
Welcome to another episode of Careful Boys. Today we're gonna figure out of the 7 deadly sins,
What are your favorites?
which one do you do the most?
The most?
What's the 7 deadly
Yeah, what are the 7
There's
sins?
lust.
Okay.
There's gluttony.
Gluttony for sure.
Okay.
There's greed.
Okay.
There's sloth.
Okay.
There's wrath.
What's wrath?
Temper, anger problems? Anger problems?
There's envy, and then there's pride.
I do all 7.
Yeah.
Everyone does all 7.
Hardcore.
What we're seeing the most.
Not as much.
What's the one that you are like the most guilty of?
I think
throughout
gluttony.
time, like your whole life.
Same.
Whole life. Gluttony?
Yeah.
Really?
If I'm on a,
Oh wait, that's right. You do that thing where you just eat yourself to death.
if I'm on a sick one, bro, if I'm on a crazy bender, it's just like, why am I doing this to myself? You're like, but I gotta eat this whole watermelon.
You're like the guy.
Watermelon? It's not even a bad one.
Dude, but how much I eat is bad.
You're like the dude in Seven. Remember in Seven?
Yeah.
Just like in the bed and he
Honestly, I think of that all the time. I think of that all the time.
died because he's still alive.
He has pizza boxes everywhere and he just
Yeah.
keeps himself alive. Oh, bro. I think about that scene constantly, actually.
Makes you want to watch that movie.
It's so good. 7 is such a good movie.
Yeah.
But probably Gluttony.
Gluttony for sure.
Can you
I'll
say
stop
the
right
7 again, but the other direction?
Yeah.
In reverse.
Pride. Whereas like pride.
Okay.
Envy. I want that. There's wrath. I'm gonna take it from you. There's sloth. There's greed. I want everything all the time. There's gluttony. Hi, I'm Nick. And then there's lust. Oh yeah, daddy. Oh yeah.
Ew.
I think gluttony for sure.
Gluttony too?
Yeah.
Both you guys?
It's the one that I can control the least, I feel like.
Oh.
And that's for me, that's what I do to like, I don't want to say cope, but sometimes if I want to feel like if I want to have a good time, I'm like, I'm going to stuff my face.
I'm a stress eater.
That's a problem.
I'm a stress eater
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you do this thing where like someone had pointed out to me that I do it where like if I'm about to do a task, let's say I have something on my to-do list that's like kind of boring, I just have to do it. I try to like eat a lot so that I feel like if I eat while I do it, then I feel like it's not as boring of a negative thing. So you're just like overeating.
Oh, like you got a project?
Yeah.
I eat my way through a different task.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you like eat snacks while you watch a movie, you eat snacks.
Like you
while you're
reward yourself unwarrantedly, where you're like if I'm gonna produce like a track and I'm like this is gonna take forever, then I'm not gonna start until I order a pizza.
Same.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because I want to have some connotation where like
Pre-reward yourself.
pre-reward, yeah. But then like that pre-reward never ends. I'll be like, well then now I ate the pizza and I still got work to do, so I gotta order.
Another pizza?
You know what I mean? To get myself through the task.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that could be gluttony. In a way.
Would we consider smoking every day gluttony?
Oh.
Smoking? I don't even know what that is.
Because I smoke weed every single day, and
I
I think
think
that's my
gluttony
biggest issue.
is consumption of.
Actually, it suppresses my appetite. Does the opposite, yeah. I'm actually way healthier if I'm smoking.
Wow.
But it's because it releases dopamine, the same thing as junk food does, so I can just smoke instead of junk food and it does the same thing. Which is how I'm able to like be healthier in comparison to my younger self.
Because I guess it counts because like there is nothing for substance in there. But I think
Like cocaine or
is
whatever.
consumption of something.
Yeah.
Overconsumption.
Yours is all 7, you said? There's no particular one.
7.
It's variable.
Bass and the treble and the mids are all at its
It's just
highest.
always up and down.
I've been able to tone down or control at least 6 out of the 7. I think gluttony is the last thing that I haven't been able to control, which is why I've bulked and I never really cut.
Let's go, baby.
And I think I got to I did cut enough, but I'm still not where I want to be. But I think everything else, it's like if I go down the list, I think my anger problems is toned down. I've been able to control that. But maybe that would be my second.
Your lust is kind of up.
It's pretty up there.
Lust is up.
But what's lust? Isn't lust like you have fucking hooker problems?
Yeah, probably you just fucking all the time.
I think I could control like not cheating on my wife and like.
Okay,
you know,
yeah, well
so,
then you're
like,
good.
Well, that's
My
good.
lust is controlled.
I think you saying that you're all 7 is greed though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty greedy answer.
It is greed.
What about when you were like a teenager? Was it any different?
I think wrath was
Pride.
mine.
Mine was envy as a teenager for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah, I used to
Envy?
always, because I was like, I just loved all the stuff in the world and I just didn't have any of it. And I was
Yeah.
I
Envy's
think
a big one
when I
at
was
that
a
age.
teenager, it's probably lust.
Lust, yeah, that's
My
mine.
fucking pants are always at my ankles.
Hang around poles. He's like, I gotta climb that pole, man.
I think lust and wrath.
lust and wrath.
If I'm not fucking, I'm fighting.
I'm like, I already jacked off 10 times today, and it's sore, but I gotta just do it one more time.
I try to get through this.
I feel like, yeah, from maybe 15 to 19, I was probably like a Mongolian horseback warrior.
Cool.
What?
He's gonna explain. Don't worry.
That's the eighth one.
That's the bonus.
You drink horse milk.
No, like, my life was just, I don't know, like, you just pillage and fight and fuck, and that's all you think about from 15 to 19 years old, and then you go, this is not good for life.
Well, which ones were you, Banos?
I would say when I was younger, probably pride.
Pride.
Yeah. Teenage girl,
Chinese,
you know.
Chinese pride.
Yeah.
Chinese pride.
China #1.
She had a big red flag. China pride.
Join the China club.
We are better than you.
Did I have an accent then?
One China.
How would that like manifest? Would it be like arguments or just like little things you can't let it slide, or you have to like get your point across? Like, how would the pride come up as an issue?
It would be hard for me to admit I was wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surprised you're not Korean.
Damn.
We have a lot of theories about Korea.
JK hates
I
Koreans.
did not say that.
I mean, it's called Korean
I
pride
didn't
for a
understand
reason.
at first, but I've had some instances with Koreans recently
Yeah.
that made me understand. And
Oh shit! Tyler.
Damn.
don't do it, Tyler.
Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. We won't be able to dig ourselves out.
I went into a Korean restaurant, and Ryan, anytime he imitates like Koreans, he goes, "Oh my god!" And I've never heard that before. And I was at this Korean restaurant, and then all I heard from my back of the ear was, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Is it him?
And I looked over, it wasn't Ryan, it was a Korean guy. It was a bunch of, oh my god, oh my god.
That's the best. Which one of the 7 deadly sins do you think you've had the least run-in with?
The least.
Your whole life?
For me,
Okay, so it's lust, wrath,
Gluttony,
gluttony,
greed,
greed,
sloth,
sloth,
wrath,
wrath,
envy,
envy,
pride.
pride. I
wrath
think
for
envy.
sure.
Yeah, you never envied nobody?
Yeah, I think
that's
envy was probably the least, but I think wrath, lust, and sloth, and gluttony.
I probably even envied you when I saw you.
Why would you envy me? I'm like the worst person to fucking envy in this whole entire world.
The whole time.
Because everybody was
Whole world?
so like the thing is I fucking he had a different name in high school.
Huh?
Or like back when I was younger, and I knew him as a different guy.
Everyone called me Joe Mama.
Yeah. That's how I knew him. Like, oh, that's Joe Mama. That was his real name.
Wait, what?
My last name was spelled MOMMA.
Oh shit.
And then like he was just like a fabled character in my life. I never actually like talked to him, but I had mutual friends with him, and people would always be like, "Oh, dude, that dude's fucking crazy. Don't talk to that guy. He's gonna kill you." And then like he would come, he would just
Kill
show,
you?
yeah, he would show up on campus and stand there, and he looked so scary. And I was like, "Damn, I wish I was intimidating like that." That guy looks.
By the way, I was like 120 pounds, but so were everyone else my age.
But your shirts were big though.
He was like bald and like he looked so gangster.
Wow.
And then like his life completely changed at some point. And then I meet him again as JK, like Joe Jitsukawa. And
That's what I mean by 15 and 19. I was just different world, different person.
And I didn't know it was him.
back then.
Yeah, and then like we're talking like this, like at this distance here. And he was like, "Who'd you know from back then?" I was like, "Oh, this person, that person." Then there was this guy, Joe Mama, and he goes, "What'd you know about that guy?" And I goes, "Nothing. I just knew he was like someone to stay away from." And he goes, "I'm Joe Mama." And I fucking
Wait, what? What kind of fucking joke is this?
like shattered. I was like, "What?"
That's crazy.
dude.
Because then at the time we met, I'm like a happy, goofy. I think I was a little bit overweight at the time.
So different, dude.
My hair was.
Bro's hair was so long.
Yeah.
The other dude is like 9 day different, and we were told to stay away from him, and he was scary.
Which is really funny.
He was just
because-
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had so many great memories and friends. But
I'd like to thank his speech.
I had some really close like childhood friends in that school. Like
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating all the way back to 2019.
That's right. If you click on the link down below, you can join our Patreon, join us on the Discord, come chat with us directly, have a fun conversation.
And this will help support the channel's growth and new ideas. And also tap into our closer community by joining our Discord and get the opportunity to suggest video ideas like the ones you've seen. Thank you guys. Join our Patreon. Help us out. Thanks.
See you guys there. Say hi to me.
like some were like our parents were friends back in Japan.
Yeah.
And they went to school together and all that. So,
Where are
like,
they now? Do you talk to them?
One of them, he passed away.
Oh,
Yeah, in a car accident a couple years ago. The other one, yeah, we're still cool. We talk once in a while. I think he's trying to have a kid and stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember we did some wild shit. Like I learned how to make Snapple bottle bombs, and then we thought it would be so fun to go to the school and light them up by the lockers, so we can see the lockers go pop 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 pop
Oh
pop.
my god.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fun time.
Dude, yeah, I could see.
Life before cameras is crazy.
You looked like Wrath back then. Yeah, and I just always thought everything was cooler than me, so I just envied everything.
That's cool.
I was like, man, everything's so cool. Everyone's got the coolest shit. He's got Fila.
He became the coolest person, is he?
Ah, man, I really was like mad envious all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's what got you to be so cool, because you focused on coolness.
I mastered being everybody.
Because really, like, little delinquent boys are just sad boys that just, it's all over, so I'm gonna be tough. You know, like, that's what it really is. And then we can't fight one-on-one, so it's like, he beat me up, I need brothers. And then you go together with big brothers and you fight, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get older and older, and then people's crimes get crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, people are actually dying now, so I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too scary.
Good place to stop.
Yeah.
Good place to be
It's
like,
funny
you know what?
because you're like, what? People start at like 14, 15, and they're like, I ain't scared. And then they are scared.
Yeah.
But that's what they start saying to themselves, I ain't scared, till like they're 20 something, and they're still fucking scared.
It's good you started very early.
Got out of your system.
Yeah.
How about Sloth? Do any of you guys? I feel
I
like
struggle with sloth,
Yeah.
for
it's
sure.
me sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sloth is my least one.
Wow. Yeah. Of course.
No. Even when I was a kid, though, I think like
Oh.
I always kept myself busy because I always like to be preoccupied with stuff. But I think for my parents, they probably thought I was lazy as fuck, didn't do anything. But I was always like into doing something. So like, let's say in high school, I didn't do any homework.
Yeah.
So from my parents' point of view, but this motherfucker doesn't do any homework. But that's when I got really into car audio. So I would just go to our friend's house and we're like taking apart each other's fucking cars and putting it back together, like constantly
Rewiring.
Yeah, wiring shit, putting fucking coaxial speakers, whatever, you know, like all that stuff. So I'm like, I always like was like super immersed into something. And I think that's how my brain operates. I always have to like have a kind of like my Rubik's Cube of that phase of life. So I think Sloth was like the least of.
What's sloth? Like brain rotten in bed?
Yeah.
Just not doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you just like relishing in laziness?
Like I have to do something or else it feels weird. Like I have to I can't just lay there and just like stare at the wall or whatever. I always have to just let's go do something. Even if it's like let's go fucking collect rocks or some shit.
What about in the morning? How long does it take you to get out of bed when you wake up?
This fool's already out of bed.
Like, yeah,
It takes me like 2 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
literally like a
Just
millisecond.
looks at the bed and then walks out.
He goes to his charging dock and then just dips.
That's literally like my alarm goes off and there's like fucking springs in my mattress that goes like
That is so
Dude.
psychotic.
She's like, you're fucking crazy, honestly.
That's honestly, most of the population does not do that.
Bart treats his bed like a one-night stand. Like, he just gets in and he's like,
Fuck, I got a cab.
he doesn't want to snuggle. He doesn't want none of that shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I find it so amazing that you can drive down here in the morning from Vegas.
I don't want
It'll
to.
last the entire day.
Yeah,
And
for
then
real.
go home afterwards. I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Wait,
You
go
also-
home like to
Wait, when you do the
Vegas?
2 days in a row, do you drive back each time? Or do you stay here for one night?
No, only like
Thursday and
at the end of the
Friday I
week.
go back.
So tonight you'll drive back.
no. That'd be crazy. Thursday night I go back. Friday morning I drive back. That'd be insane.
Every day.
That's a psychopath.
You might, dude.
But like if Bart did that, I'd be like, yeah, that's Bart, dude. Bart's another level, man.
That would be, if that fucking speed train gets built,
Yeah.
2 hours it might be doable, but 4 hours? That's
Bart's different, man. He's built different.
That's fucking
But have you driven down here for JK and then driven back the same day?
I've done same day Vegas LA trips before, from different reasons.
Oh, okay.
The other night on Wednesday, he drove in on Wednesday, and then he drove in to take a jiu-jitsu class.
Uh-huh.
And in my head, I was like, I would never do that. I would never drive 4 hours somewhere and then be like, I'm gonna go train tonight.
Dang,
I'd be
you're
like-
good, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I suck. But that's why I'm not like Bart, you know.
You drove for the class and drove back?
No. It's I drove in, so I drive in Wednesday, but I wanted to get it where I can get into class. Because once I'm filming here Thursday and Friday, there's no way I'm doing jujitsu. So I'm like, it's either I take his class, or
I'm like a last resort.
or I'm just down one class that week. And then
I flew in and took a jujitsu class.
He came straight from the airport,
I know, that was
belly full of Carl's Jr. and came.
I almost puked on his students.
What?
Yeah, we were rolling, and then this guy like elbowed my belly, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I felt my stomach go up, and I tapped early, and he goes, "What happened?" And he was freaking out.
Famous stars.
Double
He
Western
says he's right
cheeseburger. Superstar.
Chris cut
Chicken fries.
cookies and cream milkshake.
No, but he was so nice because I think it was one of those like he was shocked because he wasn't doing anything. Oh. So he was like, "Why are you tapping? Why are you tapping?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna puke." And he goes, "What happened?" I'm like, "I had Carl's Jr."
Double Western.
That was fun.
I think when I'm preoccupied, I feel less anxiety. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So I think I need to do something or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think people that are sloth, they relax and binge watch shows because they are anxious. So it's that is what soothes.
Yeah. It's a comfort thing.
Being in bed all day, yeah. I did that a lot in high school. I just like getting stoned and just laying in bed and like staring at art or some shit.
That's a tough combo to beat, though.
Like you just,
Yeah.
I'm fucking high as
You're
fuck.
speaking my language right now.
And then you're just looking at a fucking magazine. Like I would like look at
IKEA
graffiti
catalog.
magazine.
What's
Remember you just had like stacks of magazines, or like you had like a TV. I had a TV with a VHS thing.
Oh yeah.
So I would just get fucking stoned, and then like I
Yeah.
had hella art in my room, and I would just look at that.
Is reading magazines the original scrolling?
For sure.
Dude, scroll, yeah.
Hey, talk about IKEA and envy. I used to be like, my room doesn't look like this. I used to be like, oh man.
Oh, each showroom?
Yeah, dude. Oh, the magazines are like, wow,
Yeah, it
I
looks
want this
legit.
mattress.
I was like that with East Bay.
East Bay was
yeah.
like shit.
That was like my.
You looked at catalogs. That's dope.
I circled everything. I was like, dude, if I had money, you would get this.
yeah.
How about this starter
circling it?
jacket?
No chance. Yeah. No shot.
My favorite thing though now is like if we're talking about snuggling in bed, I like
Wait, who was talking about
That's
that?
the ninth one.
Oh, okay.
I like going out and getting a fat ass breakfast, and then you're stuffed. Then you go back home and change back into your pajamas, get in bed, and then let nature take its course.
wow.
That sounds like fun.
And then you wake back up at like 11 or 12, and you're like,
Why are itis naps like so good?
the best?
Because your blood
better
sugar's
than
crashing. And you're just like,
better than
this is
melatonin.
sick. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it is.
So that's like gluttony and sloth.
That's a combo
I guess
deal.
so, yeah.
That's just being Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, could you guys think of an eighth sin? Is there a sin that they're leaving out that you could think could be
Eighth?
included in there?
Jacking off.
You get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Did that cover everything, you think? Or is there another...
Jealousy. Oh, I guess envy and jealousy is the same.
Roaming, data roaming.
Going over your minutes.
Going over your AOL free hours.
Using clickbait.
Oh, clickbaiting.
What would spite fall under? Envy? Or,
Spite?
Yeah, being in spite.
Wrath, maybe.
Wrath,
Yeah.
wrath, probably, yeah.
What about dishonesty? That's kind of the sin. What would that lie in there?
Dishonesty.
Dishonesty will depend on intention and motive. Because, like, sometimes you lie in order to help others. Sometimes you lie to save someone's feelings. So I don't have a blanket yes or no against lying. Because I think if it's lying to benefit yourself and to manipulate others, that's wrong. So I guess it's manipulation.
Yeah, that might be you might be doing lying to get greed or to make more money or something.
Maybe, yeah. So it falls under the motive. You lie because you're greedy or wrath or whatever.
Yeah.
It could be a form of wrath too.
Yeah.
Or you're like, because you're prideful, you don't want to say that you're wrong.
Yeah. So I think lying is a tool based on one of the 7. Could be,
Interesting.